Intro. Before the antebellum era, slavery wasn't a big issue really. The issue came when we signed a treaty called the Treaty of Guadalupe. This treaty was the one that ended the Mexican-American War. Add more. BP 1. We weren't fully in the war at the start. There was an author named Stowe that made a book called Tom's Cabin in 1852. This book was a dictionary book talking about the slavery that goes on in this country. This book was the one that got America riled up and ultimately got the ball rolling for the war. TR pretty much blamed Stowe for the start of the war. Add more. BP 2. Stephen Douglas was a politician and lawyer, best known for his debates over slavery. The Kansas-Nebraska Act started in 1854, and it was about how if Kansas will be added as a free or slave state. Ultimately, Pop sovereignty was ruled there, meaning that you get the power to decide when you live there or not. After this decision, we went into Bleeding Kansas. Bleeding Kansas was a lot of dead white guys that were killed by also white guys. This is the first time we have seen white kill white over black rights. Because of the Bleeding Kansas, the Charles Sumner and Preston Brooks affair happened. 1856. In this affair, Brooks from North Carolina started beating Sumner from Massachusetts up to a bloody pulp with his cane. This was recognized as the point of no return. BP 3. There was a man named Dred Scott who decided to go to court. He wanted to ban his owner because he was legally free because he lived in a free state. He brought her up all the way to the Supreme Court, and when he got there he was told, slaves aren't allowed to bring other people to Supreme Court, basically saying that he has lost the trial and has no rights. In the Lincoln-Douglas debates, Lincoln decided to take on Douglas. Lincoln was fighting for the Illinois Senate, but did not end up winning. In this debate though, Lincoln brought up a question that stood out called the Freeport Doctrine question. The question was, who has more power, the people or the Supreme Court? Douglas said that the people will always have more power than the Supreme Court. This saying split the Democratic Party in half, with North on one side and South on the other. This saying launched Lincoln into the presidential run 2.5 years later. Conclusion. After the 1860 election, Lincoln was named the President of the United States. When he is made president, South Carolina bails out of the United States. Before Lincoln could get into office, there was a nation called the Confederate States of America, CSA, that formed with states like South Carolina and Alabama in it. These states decided to go to war with us, and this war leads us right to the next chapter.